Hello guys, I'm currently faceless. Uh, Not sure why. There we go. Seems like the broadcasting software seems to have a problem every time you turn it on, or open it up, I should say. Um, yeah, cool. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to it because I'm late. Sorry. Um, we should be okay. This here is the Expedition base box from the e-reader series, the last group of sets released by Wizards of the Coast. I should say, I want to say printed by Wizards of the Coast back in 2002. Get those beats fired up. I have this horrible, very horrible sunlight hitting my shirt at the moment. Now it's being chroma keyed out, which is great. Let's see if we can fix some of this lighting. I think I might be getting feedback from Twitch. Yeah, I can certainly hear my voice. I'm just going to pause the music for 1 second. Yeah, it's not too bad. At least you guys can hear me. So I'll mute the site. Oops. I have about 40 or so of these sets to go before we can well, we're gonna move back into the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Because I'm being pressured to play the newest Oblivion, but that was not part of the plan. I'm being peer pressured. One cannot just skip number 3 and go to number 4 just because it has been replaced by a very modern, very nice looking, extremely immersive, I guess. I haven't heard many reviews from it because I'm not watching reviews, but I'm imagining that it's immersive game. This box is a bit strange because it's got a yellow. It looks like it's got a yellow edge on it. I think that's just the golden light in the poker cave hitting the side of the box. This is a very weird point. I'm going to imagine that that's cut out because those yellows are too similar. I like this synth wave playlist. You can't tell me that you don't like it. Now chat, we seem to have missed some of these little nodules, whatever you like to call them. So we're going to go back and literally just pull out that. Because without the nodules, it's not a booster box, right? Whoops. Might as well fix this one up as well. Always forget my hotkeys every time. What is going on here? Bro. I had to literally delete that one because it went stupid. Posture check. Bit of a straight edge. Most of it's just straight, but you know, in reality, you're not going to have perfectly straight edges ever. It's just not normal. So I might just pull that out a bit. The phaser effect is going on. I'm wanting to know how long it's taking me to go around quite thoroughly with each of these booster boxes. I don't really want to spend more than like 10 minutes on each. All this design is kind of throwing me off. But I know Rev doesn't use these browns on his wallpaper back there. Oh no, convert, and then continue on. We can always pull it out. There we go, the Rev edition of the Expedition base set. then we'll just simply mask that and then hide the vector mask. Turn back on the whites. Excuse me. And then, yeah, find that there's not much wrong. I do want to put like 2 of them nodes up there, if there are any. Because then we've got the symmetry. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Whoops. Working path. I think I've got to activate it, yeah. So there's one, I'm not sure where the other is. Should be roughly here. I'm just going to make it because we're just gonna fictionalize it. De-fictionalize it. Non-fictionalize this thing. Because it's supposed to be there. Oops. Alright, there we go. That mask needs to be updated. Oops. What happened to our second mask path that we had? I am a clueless Photoshop person. User. Dun, 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 dun. That should work. Yeah. Nice. Save the whole thing. Save the PNG. Number 13. Alright. Start with 53 rather than surging sparks. Although it's going to jump to the end again. So we might as well just go to surging sparks afterwards. I want to get like this little notch in there as well. Because I'm a semi-perfectionist. Do I have my notifications on? Yes, I do. I've got alerts on. That's correct. Because you guys could be signing up and I wouldn't even know it. Whoops. This is the signs of a weak booster box that may have had a bit too much moisture. The retention of moisture over the years. Even though this is a, well, it's a 10-year-old, probably 12-year-old, 13-year-old boost box. Black and white. That's going back to 2012. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. My posture. I have to sit back because my posture is so bad, and if I sit up straight, then the top of my head gets clipped in my broadcasting software. Yeah, guys, drop a pog in the chat or in the comments down below if you're hyped for Pokemon Legends ZA coming out probably by the end of this year. I think they did announce the date being November. But yeah, I'm really wanting to get through these as fast as possible so I can get back to the Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I should say the entire marathon, because Oblivion Remastered, I was having a really fascinating conversation with my buddy. Probably not entirely a new experience. It's mostly like 70% recycled. Probably higher, really 90 something. And then it's just a graphics update and mechanics update. Storyline, all the quests and most of the asset base, like the actual base meshes that they're working on, that's all recycled old. Well, I'm imagining they didn't start from scratch. That would be a pain in the half. Womp, 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 womp. The big question here is, why am I doing this and not using AI? Well, guys, I don't trust AI to do a good enough job. It sucks. For instance, I don't think it can take care of those little nodes up there for me, especially on such low resolution imagery. I shouldn't use the word resolution, especially on small images. It's really frustrating. A lot of these booster boxes that have warm color tones or warm colours, I should say, when it is juxtaposed or placed in front of the background there with that corporate Pikachu yellow. It's very hard to make out where the edges are, like whether it curves or whether it's sharp. I doubt that AI is going to be able to do much better job. Again, I don't even know that fit those peachy colours there, the pastel tones, whether that's actually part of the boost box or not. It doesn't look like, and it feels like it's a different blur factor as well, so it's not part of the background. But we'll just be on the safe side and just crop it off, because it doesn't really hurt. As long as we're not cropping off down here, then, you know, it's pretty much a complete booster box. We'll keep this kind of shiny part there, though. I'm not sure why. I don't think there's plastic in these lids. Oh, one sec. I need to turn my music down because you're probably getting the feedback. Ah, it's days like these. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a rather widely cut tab. That's what we can call these little node things, nodules. We can call them tabs. Little perforated edges. Whoa! I think what I think I'm thinking out loud, because this is Twitch, and if you think to yourself, nobody wants to hear, or nobody can hear. I shouldn't say this is Twitch. This is being simulcast to YouTube and Twitch. All right. I think, yeah, got all 4 there, which is good. And then we'll just join that up. I don't think there's any of those tab things there. That music's really coming through. I like to see if, like, because the camera is kind of scooted to my left a bit, whether you can actually see that I pulled the ear cushion off my right ear, because I like to know what's going on around me. She's looking like a beaut, ladies and gentlemen. True blue. Copper. True blue. Can't even see those bright tabs for on white. What a waste. A waste of space. Save as PNG 53. I think that took at least, or at the most I should say, because I looked at the clock before, but I don't think we had finished the last one. 2:55 in the afternoon. And now it's 3:13. So it took at the most 18 minutes, but I'd say 15 minutes. Ugh. But yeah. This one, I just want to leave it till last because I've got to fix up some colour and some brightness and then move it across. It's going to be like finale, I guess. So we can always do Champion's Path. I've actually taken the liberty to go along and sharpen these up offline, because it's pretty monotonous job. I basically just saved out an action that would help me do it really quickly, so I just saved it into this folder called special, and then I named it high pass sharpen, and as you can see all the actions that were taken. So all I did was just click on that and played it for every file. And obviously there's some errors because of naming. Some of the files had different names for the letters, so it just stopped. But it actually did what I wanted it to, so all good. Don't know why it stops the action when, like, it literally just completed it. Like, why do you give an error? I'll bring this all the way down here. Not quite sure about having all that white along there though. This plastic bit is going to be a small bit transparent because it's actually thick shrink wrap that may or may not be or have been melted. Not sure how they get that effect. I think they put it near a heat source just to melt it, but let's not talk about that. That is industry knowledge. If we are not a TCG creator or an IP, we don't need to know that sort of thing. This set was kind of hyped out of the moon when it first came out, the Champion's Path. I remember maybe August 2020, I want to say. I know it was because it was before Vivid Voltage, and Vivid Voltage was like November 2020, so this, I'm assuming, was somewhere in the third quarter of 2020. But we can always look it up. Not right now though, because I only have one browser open, and how about that? I'll do it live. Live. You're not seeing this live because I am not one to show web browser just yet, because I may show stuff that I'm not supposed to show. Surging Scarlet Crown Shining Fates. There we go. So according to Pokelector.com, September 25th, 2020. Wow. It's been in a few months it's going to be 5 years, bro. May, June, July, August. Let's give it September as well. 5 months. So it's 4 years and 7 months. That's crazy. It's amazing how time flies. Oh, did we just... What is going on here? Alright. Again, because the path from the pen tool is just a bright grey or something. I can't see it along those white pixels. So I just don't know where it ended. Where I dropped the last Bezier point. Again, I keep going along the front face thinking that's it, but there's actually this mirror-like surface on the top. Because it's literally reflecting the background, I just think, oh, it's the background. My brain's just like switched off. The question of the day. Since it's a brand new day and I haven't got question of the day prepared as a command or anything like that in chat, which it would be nice to have QOTDs in the chat, but one just popped into my head right now, and I know nobody's listening, but still, I might just repeat it later. It's kind of a two-part question. If the answer to the first question is yes, are you guys currently ripping packs? And if so, what are you all ripping? Y'all? Sorry, I know there's probably only non-American people in the chat, so I won't use y'all. I'll use mate or cobber. Or it's another one, bro. That's the champion path. Champion's path, I should say. We've got to learn to get those singular nouns and plural nouns correct, as in lost origin, not lost origins and ancient origin, where it should be ancient origins. This here is actually, you can see the apostrophe, so it's a possessive noun. The champion owns the path, or the champion, it's champion's path. Cool. supposed to be nice and cool outside. 27.9 degrees on the inside here. We're talking Celsius, of course. From the down under. I don't know why it takes so long. That literally took us... Well, it took us a lot sooner, guys, because it was just a rectangular prism to go in. But... What was I saying? Yeah, from 3:13 in the afternoon, it's taken us 9 minutes to do that. Even though we need to come down here, convert this to a real mask. So rasterized it. And then we can go in there with the flow set to like 9, and then just literally give it some whoops, 9's a bit too high. Set it to 1, and then we'll just go in there and set some transparency on there. And if Photoshop happens to crash, guys, mid live, it's just going to be a black screen until I reopen it. Which is pretty cool. That's the advantages of a window capture. Yeah. All that tech talk. So save this off. I have an example of another one of these that where the shrink wrap was bundled up like that on the side that I did offline. And it's this one here. I'm just going to grab your PSD. It's called Dragon Majesty, because this set was one of the first, they call them the special expansions. Special set expansion. And they didn't have booster boxes back then, so we got specialty products like this. Not sure if this set came with a booster box, sorry, an ETB, an Elite Trainer box, but if it did, I'd have to find some other person who's gone and opened one or has one in there in their possession, I should say. But you can clearly see that there's transparency on the plastic. That's like a flat bubble that doesn't have any rough surfaces, but this one up here is a bit more thick, so even though you can vaguely see stuff moving behind it as it goes over darker backgrounds. Alright, Rev, we're going to be opening, we're going to be cutting out Rev's XY Roaring Skies booster box. This was another banger set for players back in the day, with the Shaman EX and the Mega Rayquaza EX. As well as some notable trainers, Skylar. I think there's a Steven in there. sure. I'm no expert, but I like to learn about this stuff, obviously. So we started this, let's just say at 326. Whoops. Excuse me. Or that specular highlight back there as part of that graphic design. Whoops. Got old revs. Not a derogatory term, not old. It just means cool rev. Vintage rev. Got his hands in the background there. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just gonna click on it. Yeah. It's one of those things, sometimes you gotta control click on them, sometimes you just gotta click on it. Photoshop, what are you doing? Or I should say, Adobe, like, get your beep together. This, I'm sure as heck they, corrected this in the, Creative Cloud releases. Like they've enhanced the pen tool. I'm just gonna go straight for his finger because we're gonna just use our imagination. Well, not really imagination, but we kind of know that we're given the pattern there. Like what this looks like underneath. We've got these white strokes, these motifs. It's quite circular. And it's obviously, very sky-like, so we can just use our imagination and fill that back in. This time in the afternoon we just get because I'm facing north basically. Now I'm just getting all of the sunshine coming through. Hence why I had to close the curtain earlier. The XY. This was started at 326, if I recall correctly. Well, I do recall correctly. because I said it just 6 minutes ago. Seems to be quite apparent that that kind of meets there, and then it's just a... I feel like I gotta get rid of... Whoops. It said backspace, not... I don't want to delete the whole curve. I feel like it's a bit more... It bows outwards like that. I'm going to take it that, like, no one in the chat is actually opening packs in. This economy's hitting us pretty hard, eh? No jokes. It's literally getting so warm in here. I'm not sure why, because it's like late April. 28.2 in here now. This is crazy. Yep, there's a reason why I didn't stream for the last 4 months, 5 months. Going right back. I could have just not streamed for 6, 7 months since late October last year. Because it's just putrid. Not sure why this box has these little curves on it. You'd think it's just one large semi-perfect curve. But no. Pokemon have to be like, yo, we're gonna make this box like so intricate, so special. Is that even a pull tab thing? I think it is. Let's just trust our gut instinct. I am slouching again. Nasty, nasty habit. Nasty. Nasty! Sorry. I did not mean to scare anyone. Just now. Just thought I'd wake some people up because you're all so quiet today. I did it. I would say, I want to say 10 minutes to get that, because I did see the clock at 27 and I was already clicking, so I gave it the benefit of doubt and gave it an extra minute, so good solid 10 minutes to go around that, which is good. Don't know why I double click, I could just click off. Horizon, thanks for the follow. Fictional Horizon. Nirn's Dagon, thanks for the follow. So that's, yeah, it's very sharp. Like, it's just too contrasty. think the way we'll fix that is just go and feather out the thing. Give it a somewhat 1 pixel. Maybe a bit too much. 0.6 pixel feather, which basically just blurs out the edge. Like literally everywhere along there. Didn't really want it everywhere on the booster packs, but yeah, it will do. It'll do. Or maybe it won't do, because it's still a bit too much. I think 0.4 is probably closer to where we want to get it. So we got some Fates Collide, Unbroken Bonds, and Surging Sparks to go. By the time we deal with all the nonsense around the edges and having to feather that out, we'll give it 14 minutes. Tops. I have to move all these PSDs into another folder called retired PSDs, otherwise I think that they still need work. But yeah, so it's confusing unless I put them away into the retired PSDs folder. Gets the old stretch. Guess that can be one of my emotes when I get to that level. I wonder if I might create my own emojis or emotes, whatever you want to call them. I wish Twitch had a function that, like, if someone came into the chat, I mean, that's not really helping lurkers who just want to be in the chat and don't want to say anything, but if they had a function that could, like, have a little ding dong or something like a doorbell, so that you know that someone's listening, because otherwise it's just literally a waste of breath, like sitting there talking for the last 58 minutes and 28 seconds when, like, there's literally no human soul out there who's listening to me. It's so stupid. This is the Fates Collide. I have a whole one single booster pack of this that I found inside a Pokeball, and that Pokeball says, "What's inside the Pokeball?" And you all know the answer to that. Don't know why I keep saying y'all as well, like y'all. It's like Southern Texan language. We really just go fast around these. These aren't the biggest, most clear images. Just get us straight from there, because it changes direction pretty sharply and abruptly. Sounds like a tune from a 1980s film, like a drama. It's like hitting the highway. our protagonist goes down the lonely path, the lonely beaten path, until he comes to a motel. I remember Fates Collide. The biggest hit that you can get from this is like an Alakazam or something like that. I think that's why they have him on the bottom of the front of the booster box. The Mega Alakazam EX. Whoops. This has that same kick in the background. That. I don't even know if I can find. There's one there, one there, one there. Pull tabs. Another one. I'm not sure about that, but let's just treat it as one because it makes things interesting. Whoops. You know, a lot of jiggity puffs due to the my thumb going underneath the mouse, affecting the the laser pointer underneath. Doesn't know where it is, so it's just doing all sorts of stupid stuff. Put that little thing there, and then you can always see them from far back, but you can't see it when you're zoomed in. Funny that. There we go. I don't even know, since 36 or whatever it was. 10 minutes. I just put a mask on a grey pixel, whatever, high pass filter layer. I want that work path, and then I want mask. Trippy. I want to view this on a white background. And I don't really want that visible. There's a fair bit of yellow bleed going on here, so we can take care of that by just... Oh, that reminds me, I think we cut out the thumb, part of the thumb or something. Rev's thumb on the back. on the last box that we had open. Whatever that was. Roaring Scars, I think it was. Problems. Just grab this, and because I've got flow set to 1%, we're all good to go. I can just bring some blue back into there. Literally just get rid of that yellow stuff. Literally. Some of these areas can be desaturated, but we're not too concerned because it's such a small image. Like, no one's going to notice where it's desaturated or painted back in there. Sorry, I'm late. Can you guys hear me breathing into the mic? I'm so close right now. Actually, I think this is kind of like where you would want to start desaturating. So, yeah, we can try that trick again. Add the hue saturation, clip it just to this layer underneath. Then we'll bring the saturation down to about there. It's not really beneficial, is it? Because there was still, like, the blues weren't that heavily desaturated. Now we can just control I of that. Whoops, not function I. Control I, and then paint it back in with white. Yeah, it's not. We don't really need fully desaturated. I should be painting back in with color, to be honest. Not a hue saturation adjustment layer, but more like a solid color layer, and just accept that because that's the color we sampled off there. And then we can set this to color, and then control I of this, and then paint it back in. That sort of does the trick. Whoops, that does not do the trick over there. I'm just literally sampling. I need different colors, to be honest, if I want to. If I really want to help this, because the blue's not working over here. So I need a different adjustment layer for that, to be honest. I could have literally just painted with color on the top, which I probably will do now. I'll just drag that out, then unclip it. Actually do clip it because just for the sakes of it. It's not gonna do us any harm. And then we can just change this to color. Select that and just go ham on it. Select that color. Select this color. Select this color. Whoops, that's the wrong color. Select the blue color. Bring that back. Bring it back. I think that yellow's okay over there. It was supposed to be on the booster box. Then we'll select this. And guys, I'm just trying to find some. Yeah, that'll do. I'm just going to disconnect my. I'm just going to mute this for a second. The blue Yeti. Like a real robot. I have returned with some change of clothes because I was wearing track pants and I need to pop some shorts on because it's so hot in here. I was literally boiling away. 28.6 degrees Celsius. Alright, that's about good. Oh, this is so small it's going to have to be cropped. I should have cropped it earlier, but we can always crop it now. Why is it? Oh, it's masked there. We'll literally just crop it down now then. I really want to talk about how handsome the Rev is. So I'm not like that, but it's just such a handsome fella. Get it as nice and close as possible because I don't want to have extra kilobytes of data on our computer. There we go. And then we will bring our mask back. Then turn our white layer off and that underlying layer. And then there we go. Voila! Voila! 71. Now we get to go back and open that PSD backup of Roaring Skies, because it has some human flesh down here which we need to get rid of. No matter what I do in this frame here, my fat head is getting cropped off unless I get closer to the floor of this chair. Oop, this doesn't look like it wants to go down any further. It can go up, but I think it's reached. Oh no, they were very low. I feel like a big kid sitting in the classroom. My chair is like so close to the ground. You know what they say? You know what they say, guys? That when you're sitting in a chair, you're supposed to have your knees here and then your legs like 90 degrees and then your back kind of straight. That is proper seating. Proper sitting position. Everything should be straight, but the natural curvature of the spine will take its place. I'm just gonna create a new layer, create a duplicate layer, and then we're going to no, I'm not. Or am I? We could do this on a duplicate layer, yeah, just in case we stuff something up. But I'm going to increase the flow drastically. I'm not going to use like clone sourcing or anything like that for this sort of thing. But we're just going to imagine that most of it was this greyish colour here. And then we might grab some of that dark stuff. We should be doing some clone sourcing indeed, but this is good enough. We just literally bring those streaks down and then just fill in the greys down there. And it's just unnoticeable that there was a thumb there. Yeah. Around here we could use some clone sourcing, I guess. Whoops. It's just bringing the source into his finger there. I'll source from over there, but I will drop that right down. That's good. Can't tell exactly what is happening down there, but it works. And then we'll put a real mask on this, I guess. Just checking all my selection tools. Lasso, rectangular selection tool, marquee. For their feathering up here, because whatever that value is set to, it applies to this when I go and select it from the mask here. So yeah, we'll hit the mask there and then just ignore the layer underneath. Turn that off. Then yeah, I think we have our soft mask. Yeah, it's pretty much soft, but then it defaults back to 0, 0, so we're stuck with a feathered mask. Oh wells. That was a benefit of working on that original layer there. We're going to delete this 66 here because we have a new one coming in and I don't want to override it. because of my fears. Not really a fear, is it? Paranoia. Psychological trauma. I'm going to override it and it's going to become a smaller file size by deleting data. I think it might be getting hotter in here because I've got this light on over here. It's probably giving off more heat. I don't know how much it's going to tick up in here. It's just after 4 p.m, 4:03 p.m, and now it's got 28.8. The sun should be setting in like 2.5 hours. I think it sets before 6:30 now. The Fates Collide. Did we save that out? I don't know. Let's just check. PNG. I think I just saw it, to be honest. The 71, yeah. It's been saved. Save as. Then we can close that one down. Then we get a lovely rev on the screen again. Just enjoy some FaceTime. I'd like to go on the podcasts with some of the guys on YouTube, but there's so much drama, like people just getting in people's faces. I don't know what's the deal with that. Like there's channels out there. Don't want to name names, but you know who I'm talking about. There is channels out there who literally just talk about other YouTubers and the hobby and the community. And right now, our biggest topic is scalpers. And he just persistently goes on about that. Yeah. There may be a couple of channels I'm speaking about, but yeah. He's entitled to do that content, I guess. Them both. I do like how both of them both talk about scammers, so yeah, because there are scammers out there. Unfortunately, they're everywhere. So yeah, sorry to crop you out, Rev, but I deliberately left him in quite a few of these when I took screenshots, but I cropped a large portion of the sealed product down originally, but left him in a few just to let people know where it's actually come from. Not that you can't see his insignia in the background there. Sometimes I feel like I'm on a deserted island, like out in the Pacific when I'm streaming. Cause it's like, nobody's out there. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody out there? Like, for instance, here, when I'm checking out the muted YouTube live stream playback, it's there's like literally nobody. One watching now. That's me. Hurrah. One watching. This stuff's nuts. This set is nuts. Unbroken bonds. Yeah. What can you do? What can you do? You think they should bring the tag teams back? I mean, it was the staple of Sun and Moon. It was the hot thing of Sun and Moon. Apart from like Shining Pokemon in, as seen in Shining Legends and Hidden Fates. But other than that, like the teamed up Pokemon featured in Team Up, Unbroken Bonds and Unified Minds. I'm probably missing another set. That stuff was wild. I'm sure it's not going to hurt if they pulled it back. Why is this box all crumpled up though? I might rewatch this stream back because I want to find out why it's crumpled. I could probably do it live because not that anyone's going to care. There's no one here. Oops. Oopsie. Yeah, I'd love to find out why this has this massive ding in the corner there. I feel like it's like one of his happy accidents that happened with the skid and the pallet jack or the forklift. He has several videos out there that expose the accidents that happen on receiving goods. I shouldn't be doing the quotation marks. It probably is accidents. I don't think anybody deliberately destroys their product. But yeah, apparently there's a lot of accidents that occur where heavy machinery goes through the cases. But you would hate to think like a machine going for an unbroken bonds booster box like today. I think at release it probably would have been alright, but well, not really, because such limited supply. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I have like gastro or something. Not gastro. GERD, I think it's called. Gastro something. GERD? It's like acid reflux or something like that. I think it's the oils I eat, not eat, I bake or fry with safflower oil. I'm just looking into it. Apparently it's not good to fry or cook with olive oil, even extra virgin olive oil. But there's like so many different points of view and opinions on the topic, drive you nuts. I think we can all agree that the most expensive oils, like avocado oil, is definitely going to be good for you. Not good as in like you should chug it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's kind of like use it to cook with in small amounts. sounds like some of the music that Rev would have on his streams. But you'd probably know the tunes that come up if you've listened back to if you've watched plenty of his live streams. There's a few particular tracks that they like to listen to consistently. The Rev, Cool Train Orion, they all have their own tracks that they have playing back consistently. That's their playing. That is literally a booster pack coming out like that. Whoops. Ah, here we go. Whoops. I kind of overshot there. There we go. Now just took 30 minutes, which was good. Wow, got so much room. Actually sit up straight. Not used to sitting this close to the floor there. Anyone grade with PCG? Watching a lot of Rudy shorts. Rudy in shorts doing shorts lately. But yeah. It's rather raunchy stuff. I wish there was a way I could deselect the path. I didn't even do it probably. Without having to select. Like go over to the paths panel and then click. Like it's 2 extra clicks. I could just... What's 1 extra click, sorry, because I could just click somewhere else on the layers palette or on the canvas. But, because, yeah, deselecting the vector mask. Oh, actually I can select another layer. That'll do the trick. That's what I want to do. Deselect by selecting another layer. That's cool. So this one will give it the... Okay, you deselected the mask. Oh my gosh, like this blur. The blur at 0.4 is way too much. 0.2 is okay. So some blue fringing on the top right, left, right, left hand side. We can fix that up. I think just a series of color layers will do the trick again. Alright, set this to color. Oh, we don't need several layers, sorry, several different colors on a color layer. Several sampled pixels. When you gotta sneeze, you gotta sneeze. That should do, but I think this yellow light is beaming in from Rev's very intense light coming in from the left there. And that's not what I wanted to do, so I'll just clip it. Obviously I didn't want that hanging off the edge there like that. Yeah, such a fine looking booster box. Apart from the fact that he literally opened a crushed box. I'm sure that that pack wasn't affected because they do have a flap on the bottom. I actually have a sample pack, but I've got a sleeved pack, but you can imagine the bottom of a booster pack. I'm sure you guys have seen a booster pack before. They're not that uncommon. Well, probably nowadays they are more uncommon than they used to be 2 years ago. But yeah, there's some foil, probably a half centimetre, 7-8 millimetre for your Australians out there, hanging off the bottom, so it does have that protection. Save that transparency. This mic is in such a good position for gaming. Like hey, I'm a smaller streamer out there. Like I just started like a few months ago. I've done like 10, 12. How many streams will I have done? Maybe 20 or something like that over a year. I'm small as, but I like this setup that I've got. So when we get back into the gaming, it's going to be like, yeah, you'll be able to actually hear me now. My Yeti seems to be picking up small. Sometimes it detects small sounds and broken bonds. Just says this banger set. Got that Melmetal and Lucaria. You've got the obviously the Zard and the Reshiram. For you folks out there, that's Charizard and Reshiram GX. And then you've got Gardevoir and Sylveon. Or Sylveon Gardevoir EX. Not quite sure what the title is, but yeah. I have no idea why I've got empty wrapper of Celebrations sitting around, but it's just there as a memory. And it's got a hole in it from the green screen. That's good. Not from the green screen, but it's the chroma keys keying out the greens, of which there may be some small part on this shirt. Can't tell. I think it's more of a more pattern issue. So it's set number 86. And then we've got this problem. Now I want basically the top of that to look like this, so I've got to push that star out underneath. Not quite sure. Oh, this is the one. Where on earth is that? Bro, you can basically get rid of that stuff there. And then this needs to be tweaked. So it's basically liquefy. Just going to bring up the liquefy tool. I'm not sure why I get this prompt on screen. You guys can't see it because you can't see pop-ups, but it says liquefy, and it says liquefy supports hardware acceleration to improve performance. Okay. Why don't you tell me this all the time then? You may want to check the performance preferences and verify that use graphics processor is enabled. Okay. I never got that warning last time I used it, which was like a couple weeks back. Whoops. I'm gonna try that. That's gone all wonky on us. That is no good. It's supposed to be rounders, but like, I'd appreciate if that didn't come up, but I don't want to click don't show again because I kind of need to be warned about that, right? I think I'm just making it worse, to be honest. I'm definitely making this worse. Aren't I, guys? Yeah, don't show again, please. Oops. I wish there was a bloody... Excuse my language. There was like... I could scroll out, zoom out, but this is so annoying. It's definitely viewed from a different angle, but it's quite pointy, these bits. We're going to have to go in there because I probably smudged it a bit too hard, but yeah, just go in there and like literally paint over the top of it all. We'll just call this don't want that to come up. It's another thing with Photoshop that don't really allow you to rename a layout too easily. Paint up. Because I love painting with a mouse. I actually have a graphics tablet, but it's too hard to set up and I don't want another. I already have like 8 USB items attached at the moment, as you can imagine. So just paint that back in. And that looks super legit. Now I just got to totally like blend this. Yep, looks totally legit. Yeehaw. Okay. No copyright intended when I'm bringing back some pixels that just aren't there. Not actually copying, I'm just reviving, I guess. Whoops. You guys did not see the Windows Start menu pop up just now. Save this PSD because we don't want to lose our edits up there. Can clearly see the changes. Makes it a lot more believable. Gosh, there's so many little tabs on there. You'd imagine like trying to keep this front on this Lowland executor like attached to the actual other side of the top of the box when it's sealed. All these delicate parts. There's one there, one there. Oh my gosh. This is going to take forever. But we'll... because we've got the white layer hidden down there, we need that. Well, we just need a white layer. Doesn't matter if it's actually visible or not. We create one layer later. But we'll crop this down for now. Catch you later, House of Dragon. I think that's House of Dragon. Rev has a lot of black shirts. I can tell you that from watching these videos back. Not that there's anything wrong with black, it's just I think he does it because of the lighting he was saying. If he uses some other brighter colour, it blows out the exposure or something. So crop that down, and then we can just literally merge every pixel together that is visible, and it makes it a lot easier for us to cut the entire box out as one. Now, I must say, why are these boxes so glossy nowadays? I don't know. Like the old booster boxes, even the Diamond Pearl black and white, I don't think were this glossy. Can literally just double check by bringing in something like Legendary Treasures. Okay, I stand corrected. They are pretty glossy, but it's like rough glossy. I didn't actually realize that. This rough glossy texture to them. I don't want that going down there. Whoops. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I instigate. See what I mean? These booster boxes just look like files kept in a folder cabinet, a file cabinet. I mean to say these booster packs, not the booster boxes. Boom, 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 boom. It's like the workout music of the 1970s. Do I have oily skin or what? Like the lighting. Like I'm actually getting the reflection, the sunlight on my skin. And you can see like the, I don't know why it's doing that. Dude, what is up with these packs? They're all like blurry as. I know this is like quite a small image, but because really the whole height of it was like 1080, so it's gonna be small. Everyone calls this HD, but it's a small image once you crop out everything else. Oops. I can't tell if they're two separate booster packs. I'm just gonna really trace around. Whoops. Here. And not give two chickens about it. Anybody else think that Surging Sparks is the number one set of Scarlet and Violet? I mean, apart from if we exclude special sets, special expansions. It's the number one main expansion. And let's just exclude Death and Rivals from the equation as well, because that is a main expansion set. Thank God. Because it kind of stuffed up with Prismatic, right? Not sure. This is going to get pretty difficult. I have to zoom in and out. I can see the yellows back there, up to about there, where our star element begins. But this is tough. Going to be a fair lot of those nodes on here. This is like the background music of like some of the scenes from Terminator 2 or something, or Terminator, the original. Showing like what's his name? The guy who comes back from the future, I guess, and then loves Sarah Connor. And then they have John together. I forget what his name was. It's kind of like background theme music for his story from the future. Damn, I just realised like we haven't. I can always make that back up, but it's just a small bit of like flower bit. I'm gonna imagine the end site right there. What is going on here? Wow. Who would have thunk that Executor could be this complicated? It's like a hide those guides. It's like a what do you call that? That flowery thing. I forget. Dude, the Gen 5. That thing, oh, the flower. Lilligant. It's like got all the different flowers and stuff on it. Well, not really different, but so many. Guess they did that for the terrestrialization. And this is the stellar terratite as well, so it's even more sparkly. I don't know exactly what's happening there. I've checked Rev's background out several times, but I don't think there's no way that comes out like that. Oh, is this? Trying to get this thing to appear because it's a screenshot of I'm probably going to expose some websites taken from another vendor, gameology.com.au, but I think most of the details masked out, so just trying to work out why it's not visible. It seems to be all hidden. That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. I can see in the thumbnail that there's nothing. That's weird. There's like no depiction of the actual booster box. Excuse me, guys. All this acid reflux stuff. There's literally nothing that comes off the top of it. It's just straight. I don't know what that is, but okay. Might turn this off just because I don't need that on. Because I'm not putting my finger up my nostril, guys. Despite what it looks like. I don't need this light on the right hand side there because I've got this beaming sunlight coming through. Got to remember to clean that frond thing up there. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, the cropped out part. It's just basically a flat green, like dead grass green stuff with a bit of unsaturated lime in there. Around like that, and then it's darker. I'll just paint that in there now. There we go, it's really hard around there. Just soften up the brush as well. That'll do. That'll do. Pig. That'll do. It's a babe pig in the city from the farmer. That'll do. Pig. Been like 30 years since I've watched films like that. I'm an old person. Now, I had all those open because that was all I was going to do in one sitting, but hey, it's only 4:47 in the afternoon, so we can keep going. Maybe for another hour or something, I guess. grab some emerging powers and some, let's grab that, some shining legends. I've got a very tough one that I've been working on offline. I'll show you guys, but I'm not gonna work on it. I've got 4 here to open up. It's actually the Detective Pikachu tin. I'll just show the original image that I was working off. It has Rev's thumb over the top of the Detective Pikachu stamp, if you want to call it that, whatever that is on the brick wall. It's like the stamp of approval for the set. But I went in and like took another source image, and then I've masked that out, and then I've moved it around with liquify and done all the cool tricks in the book. And that's where we're at the moment. But there's obviously still quite a lot of defects and flaws that I want to iron out in the tin. So we'll start with emerging powers. I've put the red X on the black and white base set because obviously that's not the one we're cutting out. This was the only clear booster boxes that I could find on Rev's channel without having to go to another source. But yeah, clearly not doing the noble victories there either, because it's in full motion blur at this particular moment in time. Yeah, so we'll just crop it out. You guys could probably hear my wheezing over the mic as well, because thanks to being breathing in secondhand smoke. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of smoke cigarettes. I remember when I used to get excited over a bunch of bots that came into the chat back in 2022. I had like 11 viewers in the background, lurkers. But I think I scared them off with my my hairstyle. So we shall begin on this very can't really say blurry, but it's just very small image, like most of them. But this particular, these booster boxes were done, I think I was saying last time, he did the black and white openings over 2 or 3 days back in 2021, I believe it was, or 2022. Probably not even 2022. This is 4 years ago. I miss the old Rev vintage openings. It doesn't do many lives anymore. I meant to say he doesn't do many more lives anymore. Kind of defeats the point of having channel members on YouTube as well. You're not actually doing lives, because half of the promises that YouTube set up by default for channel members is that you have cool little icons by your name in chat and on live, and then you get a set of emojis that either the streamer, the channel owner, or someone the channel owner hired to design for them for use. You get those to use in chat and in comments as well. Now, if you don't put videos up and you don't stream, what's the point in having memberships? There's no point, because people will feel ripped off, scammed. You might as well just refund them all. Let that be your motto. Right? I'm sure as heck, like, when people get busy, yeah, or like if they have family and or other obligations, like, sure, that will come first, but perhaps they've just forgotten that they've got memberships. Like, they could be cancelling them. I think Rev did back in the day, a long time back. He stopped doing like the ripping ships or something like that. I can't quite remember what it was. I don't want to get my information all wrong, but it was getting a bit too much for one man, so yeah, that was, he had to quit there, so he probably made the right choice there. But yeah, just coming to grips and recognizing that, you know, half of your paying monthly subscribers are not getting bang for their buck. And sometimes, you know, we have subscriptions and we don't even remember that we've got them, or it doesn't faze us really. Like, we know that it's there, but it's just an insignificant amount of money to us, so we just continue to carry on in life, and it's just left. Your stream elements is my friend. My only friend, the end. It's like everybody leads such busy lives. There can only be anyway. Yep. Fun. I don't understand, man. Oh, you gotta click to select the mask. And then click again away from it. Stupid. Stupendo. Okay. That's it for that one. Guys, if you have no idea what I'm doing here, it'll be worthwhile subscribing or whatever, and finding out, because it's gonna be quite epic, like nothing you ever seen before. 49. It's cool. I wonder why this Neo Destiny has white pixels around it. No one's got black. What? Cool thing, this is Shining Legends ETB. This was one of the sets that had, well, as the name suggests, shining Pokemon. They weren't too well received at first. Not like their historical counterparts from Neo Destiny. Not sure why, but I think that nostalgia factor is growing on them. They're a bit different. I mean, they're obviously, the texture's a whole lot different. Could be exactly that, the textural treatment was just so much better on that Neo Destiny set, Secret Res. It was kind of like a reverse foil. It's hard to explain. Like inside the illustration box, you don't have the foil around the character. It's non-foil, and then the character itself is just a raised or beveled surface. Kind of like a metal, gritty texture. Certainly a lot better, in my opinion, as well. Yeah, the Shining sets. I'll probably have a whole rant video about this, but excuse me. Yeah, it's worthwhile having like quite a deep dive in on them. Because I have prepared a resource for many people out there, but it's like no one has actually bothered to find it, even with the SEO that I've optimized it with. Cool. That's it, there's no plastic hanging off the edge of that. There is some strange blue coming across there though, on the left edge. Sad. Just gonna fix up that left side, because when we put the white background on there, there's dark pixels going along there. Very hard for me to tell you what that character is back there. Oh, it's Raikou, sorry. Raikou. I was thinking, it looks very much like a saber-toothed cat. But then I was thinking, could that be Zorak? And I was like, there's no way it looks like Zorak. Anyway, there we are. That one's been done. Donzies. 77. Cool. I should have the Twitch chat box on the stream rather than the multi-chat, but then nobody's going to be able to see YouTube comments come through. I'm just saying that because of the better TTV. Channel emotes are rendering inside the Twitch chat, but not on the multi-chat from Stream Elements. It's so sus. At least now we know where lots of big streams, such as the Mizkif, they're on screen chat overlay from. Yeah, it's sad because you can't have like YouTube chat. Streamers like himself, like, I'm not trying to diss him or anything, but they'll just completely ignore YouTube viewers altogether because he's actually said like, on stream he doesn't go into the YouTube, and the stream titles haven't changed in like months since he went to Japan. Yeah, it just says exploring Japan, and that's about it. So yeah, we'll leave it at that then. That's the only way I can display YouTube comments on screen in full screen mode. It's a bit sad, but that's life until Stream Elements gets their stuff together and actually, you know, improves the workflow or interoperability with OBS. Not going to get any better results. So you can't have both. You can't have the better TTV emotes and YouTube chat on there at the same time, by the looks of it. So we just go with having YouTube and Twitch chat in the same, and go without the big coloured bold letters for bald. Yeah. Shining Legends. I saved. Have I? Who knows? Who knows? No, I have not. There we go. And then we should do Plasma Storm. This was another banger set back in the day. Plasma Storm. if I recall correctly. I'm probably going to get this wrong because it could have been Plasma Blast. Has the secret rares of Blastoise and Charizard in their shining forms. Shinies? The shiny forms. But yeah, I always get things wrong, but I'm fairly sure it's Plasma Storm. Just think of how much a storm it creates when people find out about it. It's not the most user-friendly, as I keep saying, this pen tool. Just need to check up on something. That's so sad. I look like when I'm checking myself back on the Twitch, on the chat, not Twitch chat, on the live stream. It looks like I can't stop talking about other YouTubers and Twitch streamers, but at least they get shout outs. It's pretty cool. I look like the Pokey Plumber, how he gets up really close to the screen to actually see this, all the small stuff. Is it? Oh, and just for the people mentioned underneath in the description, I'm going to for YouTube, that is, I'm going to mention a lot of people and just see it popular. I guess we'll just start with one. I guess we'll just list one person off because I want to see Elon's face under there. So, Elon Musk, you are going underneath this video for some reason or another. I'm not sure if it captures that information from live recordings that turn into VODs, because the last video was I had to export out of Twitch and onto YouTube because I stuffed up with the Stream Elements multi-streaming panel where it toggled off YouTube. I'm not sure why it did that. It's so random. Black and white Plasma Storm. I wonder if it would help being seen if I just left this in like one of the biggest gaming categories or something. I don't know. But it'd be kind of sus if I just appeared in the search or on the pages for Counter-Strike or something. Just weird. Not that Counter-Strike is that big nowadays, but oh, how do I know? Wow, wow, wow. Excuse me. It's really annoying having the acid reflux. And microphone's like 10 centimeters away from you. It's like... How long is this playlist? Still a ways? What? Haven't even gone halfway through it yet. Kind of like a third of the way through it. Unless we've cycled through it once already. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Don't even know what's happening there. There's a very wide tab. I thought these were like parts of Lugia's spikes on his back there. On its back, since it's genderless. But it appears that they've like strategically placed those notches right on those white patches. Slick. Touche, Pokemon touche. Now's your chance to hear me wheeze. Because I hear myself wheeze sometimes at night time. Not really. Because I have fans going for white noise. Very, very dead place today. Probably because only 0.01% of the world are actually available. Oh, sorry. It's actually China, but I'm not sure they have access to Twitch. Last time I checked, they weren't allowed. What is going on with this handle? There we are. I'm sure as heck those laws have been repealed. I heard something about them being revoked or repealed. Or maybe they got worse, who knows. It's good. Bit weird around here, but anyway. I don't really like that part there. Just get rid of that white. I have no idea what happens down here as well. It's always like little specular highlights and stuff. And just take care of that. Don't know why the flow is so low, but anyway. Just takes like 12 times longer. 14 times longer just to get anywhere. There we go. There's your ray of sunlight coming off Lugia. And that's about it. It is being quite dark in here now, as you can tell with the chroma key having difficulties masking out the green screen. Now, I'm sure as heck I don't want to be working on this complicated Detective Pikachu tonight, because nothing. It just takes maybe a little bit of a paint over, but I feel like that would be better done with a graphics tablet rather than a mouse. So we'll close that one down for now. Yeah. I feel like I want to trade because YouTube's just dead. I want to put the Twitch chat on top of as an overlay and just give precedence to Twitch. I think that's the way to go. Do you guys like how you can like see what's underneath? Do you guys like how you like? I say like a lot. I feel like a Kardashian. You guys like this. I'm late, sorry. We'll just stream in this kind of late afternoon, golden ambience, about chill beats. Just do a couple more, I guess, before I end the stream. Majestic Dawn. I select you. I mean, I choose you, Celestic Majestic Dawn. Celestial? No. My gosh. That's a tough one. Let's do some Platinum Arceus. These two are basically of the same era. Diamond Pearl. And the Platinum Arceus. Self-titled base set. No. It's not the base set, sorry. This is the last set in Platinum. Arceus, I believe. Is it? I'm probably talking nonsense. Let me just see, guys. I don't want to be spewing out like fallacious information. It's not technically the last, but it is what we would call in our trading card game, since Pokemon Rumble, that set is more of a spin-off because it was catered around or designed around the actual Rumble game rather than the video game / anime that many of our sets are known to be designed around. So yeah, we could say that Arceus was indeed the fourth and final set in the Platinum series. Voltrix. Set is this booster box had a bit of water damage by the looks of it as well. It may just be conjecture, but I would say these ripples here were caused by a fair amount of like saturation, or they do look like the dried up booster box. However, I don't know if that moisture like destroyed the cards inside. I'm not sure. That's my theory, but if these actually went out to patrons or whoever purchased the packs, surely they would have seen some damage or curvature in those cards, especially foils, if there were any in there. But this could have just been crumpling. I think that might have just been crumpling. Can't really tell from how small the image is. Someone's just knocked the corner of it. The dead silence strangles my ears. See me like with a cursor going back and forwards. There it is, and there it is, and there it's not. I have to activate the screen over here for the cursor to appear. Ah. Ah. Leave me on. Sorry, I just felt like saying leave you on because the green and stuff. Plus, you know, Leafeon's like the favorite. Not the grass type, Arceus. Arceus. I remember running with Arceus in 6-on-6 in XY, and I used to run him as a steel type because that was the best type advantage for him. I'm not sure if it was based on the other types in my party or whether it was just because it was OP as a steel type. Could have been because I was encountering so many fairies and dragons in the game. Sorry, not dragons, because what's still got a dragon? I just used to have like so much practicality. I was completely enamored with the steel type Arceus. Green screen's looking awesome back there. It's like charcoal, splattered charcoal on a canvas. Radio. I'm unsure what's going on there. I actually think that there was a mistake back in the day when they were doing the cutting along there as a perforated edge, they actually miscut it so that this stuff was supposed to be on the other side, not this fold out where Arceus is. so it actually belongs on the other side, but that's their mistake. So I'll just leave it in there. I think that's happened on several booster boxes from various sets, so I'm going to, yeah, just ignore it. But for this stuff, excuse me, it's coming off Bogey Rev's background there. Can actually go along there and just select the stuff that I want to get rid of. Then make the selection and fill that. Dun, dun, dun. I'm not sure how to fill it with the vector mask, so I might just delete this vector mask. No, I don't want to get rid of all my pen work. That's the dangerous thing here. So we'll duplicate. I'm gonna just save my selection, save it as OVSD, and then deselect, and then rasterize this mask, and then reselect using Control Select D, and then put that into the mask. Yeah, that's the best way to go. I feel like most of these songs are like remixes of each other. They're like so close. But anyway, can't complain because it's all free background music. 42 Platinum Arceus. The fourth and final set in Platinum Arceus, excluding Rumble. And then we'll finish off with Dawn Pearl, Majestic Dawn. Bruh. Gotta remember to do my stretches when I'm sitting here for 3 hours. Almost 3 hours now. Gosh, feels like 8 hours. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. These packs remind me of the colors remind me of an ancient, very rare set now, very sought after set called the Legendary Collection, with the reverse pattern that's known as the Fireworks Reverse Holos, because of the pattern. It forms like a sparkly pattern. It's brilliant. It's like the brilliant stars. Oops. Okay, that's not working. That's definitely not working. Just doing some funny things. Oops. Don't, 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 don't. The heck is that in there? Dude, what is that dopey looking thing? Anybody have any idea? That's not Rayquaza. Rayquaza. Definitely not. What is that? Is that a sleepy looking Garchomp? I mean, because that there is Gabite. Gabite. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm mistaken. That has to be Garchomp in there, but it's so dopey looking. Like, what's with those eyes? I think I'm missing something here. Could just be a monument or something. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Get it? Get it? Get it? There's like so much questions I want to ask the community, but like, where's the community? Hello? Are you all there? I was literally getting followers just for playing the Elder Scrolls free. And that's not what this channel is all about. Like this business that I run. That was just there as a side hustle, so to speak, to pass the years. Where is the community? Do you like my resting biatch face? Biatch. That's what they call it, right? Whoops. Darkrai was one of my faves as well. I love his move, Dark Void, where it like can literally put 3 Pokemon to sleep in a triple battle. Whoa. Yeah, Dark Void is OP. It's actually very late. I'm very, very, very late. Sorry. And, you can tell by how dark it is. It's quite late here. It's like the old MIDI. Wow. Just gonna see how big this image is. Its height is 762 pixels. That includes the transparency. So it's like 680 or some pixels high. The bounding boxes, that is. Sorry, it only has one bounding box. But yeah, that's Majestic Dawn. Done. Another one of the 120 Pokemon TCG sets. Number 36. I want to save into here. Just looking at all those PNG graphics, you know, in Windows Explorer. I'm obviously talking to myself here. So weird. I'll wait for you guys to come back. Anyway. Yeah. Unhinged. Oh. See you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. This afternoon. And until next time. Until there is a next time. Because, you know, our boy Marshall Mathers, he didn't believe that there was going to be a next time. But, there will be. I'm positive. I'm optimistic. I don't know why I'm going to bother putting the ending scene on, but catch you guys later. How do I activate that? Except you only see it in... Nope. Don't know why. Huh. Anyway, guys, or whoever watches this afterwards, sorry I missed you. Or sorry you missed me for like the 20th time. Ciao.